Application of junction diode as a rectifier. So what is a rectifier? A rectifier is an electronic circuit which converts alternating current or alternating voltage to direct current or direct voltage. That is, it is an electronic circuit which converts AC to DC. The working principle of a rectifier is the rectifying action of diode. So what is rectifying action of a diode? A diode conducts current only when it is forward biased. That is, diode conducts current from P region to N region, from P to N. That is when the P side of the diode is connected to the positive terminal of the battery and N side is connected to the negative terminal of the battery, which is called forward biased. So a diode conducts current only when it is forward biased, and during reverse biased condition, the current through the diode is practically zero. And this is the working principle of a rectifier, which is known as rectifying action of a diode. Now, what is an alternating voltage? An alternating voltage or an alternating current is a current whose values changes continuously and direction periodically, which is indicated there in the figure. The value of alternating current or alternating voltage, it keeps on changing. That is, we can say instantaneous values of current and instantaneous values of voltage. At the same time, the direction of the current reverses or changes, or the polarity of the potential reverses. So an alternating current has a positive half cycle and a negative half cycle. So if an alternating voltage is applied across a diode, the current flows only in that part of the cycle when the diode is forward biased. That is, if the positive half cycle of the alternating voltage bias the diode in forward condition, then there will be current through the diode. So during the negative half cycle, the diode will be reverse biased and practically the current through the diode will be zero. Now there are two types of rectifier circuits. They are a half wave rectifier and a full wave rectifier. A half wave rectifier rectifies only half cycle of AC, whereas a full wave rectifier rectifies both the cycles of AC, that is both positive and negative half cycles of AC. Now let us see a half wave rectifier. The main parts of a half wave rectifier are, or the main circuit elements of a half wave rectifier are a transformer. You can see the symbol of a transformer where you have two coils which are mutually coupled. One coil is called the primary coil and the second is called the secondary coil. Input is given across the primary coil and output is taken across the secondary coil. Then we require a diode and a load resistor. So these are the three important parts of or circuit elements to construct a half wave rectifier. Now connect these components as shown below. And now you have the circuit diagram of a half wave rectifier. The input AC is applied across the primary coil and the output is taken across the load resistor RL. If an alternating voltage is applied across a diode in series with a load, a pulsating voltage will be produced across the load only during the half cycles of the AC input, during which the diode is forward biased. Let us see how a pulsating voltage is developed across the load resistance RL when an AC is applied across the primary coils. During the positive half cycle, you can see there is output, whereas during the negative half cycles, there is no output. Again, during the next positive half cycle, there is an output, and during the negative half cycle, there is no output. So only during the positive half cycles of the input AC, there is output, and the negative cycles of AC are completely eliminated off. That is, it rectifies us only a half cycle of the input AC given. The secondary of a transformer supplies the desired AC voltage across terminals A and B. When the voltage at A is positive, the diode is forward biased and it conducts. When A is negative, the diode is reverse biased and it does not conduct. That is, during the positive half cycles of the input AC, the end A is at positive potential. So, diode will be forward biased and therefore it conducts. Whereas, during the negative half cycles, the end A will be at a negative potential compared to B, terminal B. Therefore, diode will be in the reversed biased condition and hence the practical value of current through the diode will be 0. Therefore, in the positive half cycle of the AC, there is a current through the load resistance RL and we get an output voltage. Whereas, there is no current in the negative half cycle. In the next positive half cycle, again we get the output voltage. Thus, the output voltage, though still varying, pulsating, is restricted to only one direction and is said to be rectified. Since the rectified output of this circuit is only for half of the input AC wave, it is called as half wave rectifier. Here the reverse saturation current of a diode is negligible and can be considered equal to 0 for practical purposes. While constructing a half-wave rectifier, care should be taken that the reverse breakdown voltage of the diode must be sufficiently higher than the peak AC voltage at the secondary of the transformer to protect the diode from reverse breakdown. Now we'll see what is a full wave rectifier. As I told you before, full wave rectifier is a circuit which rectifies both the half cycles of input AC. Now the important parts of full wave rectifier are a center tapped transformer. Here you can see the picture of a center tapped transformer where you have a primary coil and a secondary coil. Here the primary coil consists of 2 terminals, whereas the secondary coil has got 3 terminals. This is how we can differentiate ordinary transformer and a center tap transformer. In ordinary transformer, at the output also you will see only 2 terminals, whereas in the center tap transformer, you can see 3 terminals at the output side. Now we have the symbol of a center tapped transformer. There also you can see at the secondary side there are 3 terminals and on the primary there are 2 terminals. Now we require 2 diodes. In half wave rectifier we use as a single diode, whereas in the case of a full wave rectifier we require 2 diodes, say D1 and D2. And now we require a load resistor also. Now connect the circuit elements as shown below. And now you got the circuit diagram of a full wave rectifier which uses 2 diodes. The circuit using 2 diodes gives output rectified voltage corresponding to both the positive as well as negative half of the AC cycle. That is, output is present or output is there across the load resistance RL for both the half cycles of input AC. Let us see the variation of output when an input is given to a full wave rectifier. During the positive half cycle, you can see the variation in output side. And even during the negative half cycles also, there is output. That is, both positive and negative half cycles are rectified in the case of a full wave rectifier and hence known as full wave rectifier. Hence, it is known as full wave rectifier. Here, the P side of the two diodes are connected to the ends of the secondary of the transformer. The N side of the diodes are connected together and the output is taken between this common point of diodes and the midpoint of the secondary of the transformer. That is, the output is taken across the load resistance RL. So, for a full wave rectifier, the secondary of the transformer is provided with a center tapping, and so it is called a center tap transformer. Each diode rectifies us only for half the cycle, but the two do so for alternate cycles. Thus, the output between their common terminals and the center tap of the transformer becomes a full wave rectifier output. Now, this shows the actual working detail of a full wave rectifier. Suppose the input voltage to A with respect to the center tap at any instant is positive. That is, the first two variations, the first two figures represents the waveform at A and waveform at B for different instants. During one instant, the waveform at A is positive, whereas correspondingly the waveform at B is negative. So, diode D1 will be forward biased during that time period and diode D2 will be reverse biased. So diode D1 will conduct and correspondingly there will be a voltage across, a variation across the load resistance RL, which is indicated in the third figure. So the first half, the first pulsating output is due to the diode D1. Now, during the next half cycle, the potential at A will be negative and that at B will be positive. So, diode D2 will be forward biased and diode D1 gets reverse biased. So, diode D2 conducts and there will be an output across the load resistance. So, the second waveform is actually due to conduction of diode D2. So alternatively, diode D1 and D2 conducts and continuously we have an output across load resistance RL. So this is the working of a full wave rectifier. Obviously, full wave rectifier circuits are more efficient compared to half wave rectifier. There is another circuit of full wave rectifier which does not need a center tap transformer but it requires 4 diodes, which is called a bridge rectifier.